Welcome to the Lovely Important Nonsense podcast. This is your host for today who has taken over the show because it's just me. It's Katt Guzman. Haha. I tried to pull a Matt Spellen, but it didn't work out. I am here with my lovely guest today, the man himself, the dragon, the creator, the host of Lovely Important Nonsense podcast, owner of Bulletproof Fitness. Go follow us on Instagram, Mr. President Matt Spellen.
I like this. I like that was an amazing. That was amazing.
I try, I do what I do when I can. It's so exciting. How are you? How's everything? Good.
Just living that presidential life. You know what, Joe? You was right. I don't need these fucking headphones. These shits drive me nuts.
But
yeah, just living that. That presidential life. How y'all like that 600?
Actually, there's a couple people that are saying that
don't matter.
Okay, I was about to say.
They don't matter.
Because we didn't vote.
600.
I mean, we didn't vote you in.
Get you $600.
Boy, we didn't vote for you.
Yes, you did. You voted for me. No, you don't have to. Listen, Trump said he didn't lose. I got voted in.
You got voted in.
I got voted in.
Okay.
If he didn't lose, I got voted in.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Let's just agree to disagree. So this episode is actually me wanting to know. From the president himself.
I'm going to go into my presidential.
Yes, go into your thoughtful presidential vibe. Perfect. We're going to talk about Lovely Important Nonsense. And we're going to talk about the end of the year. And we're going to talk about where we're going in the year that you and I have declared will be the 21 Savage.
It is the 21 Savage year.
No relation to the whatever you kids want to call him, a rapper. They call him a rapper.
I like 21 Savage.
I do too.
Yeah,
I was just trying to be like an adult about it, but I do like him. He is a little savage. Okay.
I like the 21.
So
it's amazing you asked me that. Lynn's been doing a lot of work behind the scenes. I thought we was going to be a lot more camera time, but I realized there's a lot of things we needed to clear up on my end first. And
your cabinet. You cleared up the cabinet.
Especially the cabinet. The cabinet had to be cleared up. There was too many generals and majors not doing what they need to be doing, so I had to get rid of them. It was a long process, weeding people out. Me becoming the president out of nowhere, especially
it was a shock to you, right?
It was a shock to me. I can't believe they put my picture up there. Did you see the black emblem there?
No, all I saw was this logo.
No, yeah, you see the logo. You seen it, right?
I saw the logo.
Definitely got it.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I was sitting in my bed naked, and then
when you got the call,
and they was just like, Matt, you're the new president. I was like, who is this?
Right.
Then this was like,
I be telling you, the fuzz be listening all the time.
Like, it's Washington, man.
Right. Because every time we have a conversation, then we go on the internet and there's ads about everything we spoke about. That's your peoples right there.
That is my peoples.
Talk to them about that.
That's my God.
Tell them not to check on me.
Yeah, it is.
Y'all don't need to be checked on.
Well, that's God right there. Don't talk about your internet God, yo. You hear me?
So, how do you feel 2020 was for Lovely Important Nonsense?
I gotta say, when we first started Lovely Important, I hooked up with Joe, and Joe was like, "Hey, it's time to bring us back to life." I said, "All right, fuck it, let's bring us back to life." We started off kind of slow, which you expect during the pandemic, especially during COVID time. Started off a little slow, but it was fun. I actually missed the days of putting the fucking seriously, I legit missed the days of putting the damn recorder on my. I used to sit up in my bed because I was definitely going through that time. Pull down my window, have the birds singing and screaming and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Put the recorder on my shoulder with the mic headed this way because it just for some reason sound better like that.
Yeah.
And then I would just go into these things like shit that was just going in my head, and then I said, "Hey Joe, listen to this," and Joe was like, "I think we got something." So then we So like, we started off a little slow because I got addicted to doing that only. But
Okay.
then I realized I can't.
Was that quarantine Matt?
I was quarantine Matt.
Ah, that was exciting. That's dope.
I really want to bring back quarantine Matt. I really do.
I mean, just give it a couple of weeks. The numbers are going up, so you might be quarantined again.
I don't, honestly, as the man making the rules, I don't see us going into another lockdown anytime soon. I thought we was. You couldn't tell me anything different 2 months ago. You okay? You got COVID? I just got my test. You got?
It's negative, by the way.
But yeah, I don't think we're going into another one. I don't think that that's a lot of ums. I'm saying. Let me get this out of my mouth. I'm sorry. I don't think we're going into another lockdown. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. It just doesn't seem like we could afford another lockdown without.
See, we were talking about this earlier about affording another lockdown. And we were also talking about how 2020, if you didn't invest in anything or put yourself into a hustle or put yourself in a position where your income has changed, then you just don't have it in you. So before you started Lovely Important Nonsense, did you feel like you were missing something and you had to do something?
Yeah. Podcasting has always been like, it was like, it's that girl that you really care about, but you not sure you should really be fucking with. You know, for me personally. But then I just kind of was like, you know what? And then you gave her a chance and you committed to it and you realized it was the best thing ever.
Right.
And then something took her away from you.
It was lovely.
Yeah, something just took her away.
She was important to you.
She was very lovely and important to me. And
you just filled her up with nonsense and made this.
She was always full of nonsense. That was always part of the shit. But once that was taken away, once I didn't have that anymore, I always felt like, especially when you've been doing this for a while,
mm-hmm.
and you're, because honestly, Presidential Matt is super introverted outside of all of this. You know, if I'm not around people, you talking to me, I don't really associate. I don't have that much social skills, to be honest with you. I don't know how the fuck I get away with half the shit I get away with.
It's because you're funny.
Is it?
Yeah, we all just laugh at.
You just laugh at my
things that you say. Yeah, you're just very quirky.
Now I feel like the weird guy who just laugh.
But that's your like natural aura around people. So I think that makes good for your podcast.
Well, yeah,
it works.
I guess. But when I feel like if I should open my mouth and say something, I should have something important to say or something of some substance. Oh, I can't even say the word. Sustenance. Hey, Donald Trump make mistakes too. Sustenance.
Too many.
That will allow people to like gravitate towards a conversation that I'm having.
So, speaking of conversations, what was your favorite interview thus far of 2020 for Lovely Important Nonsense?
My favorite interview was Joe and Zane interview. When I did when I brought on Therapy Without a Degree, because I think we laughed on half the interview. Half the interview we had tears in our eyes. That was probably my favorite interview so far with the Lovely Important, because anything funny to me, I just I cherish it a lot more than a lot of other stuff. It's just harder to get me to genuinely smile about something. So that was like I listened to that episode probably like 2 months ago. And that episode's probably like it's a year old now. It's about to be a year old. So yeah, that's probably my favorite episode so far. We still the conspiracy episode's dead. We don't know where that shit went. We don't know where that motherfucker went.
It disappeared.
So, because it was legit. I had an episode. How did it happen? I had an episode with Joe. It was supposed to be an episode with Joe.
Mm-hmm.
And then so happy he was just like, let's just do therapy. And I was just like, fuck it, bring therapy on. It was like, I can jump on. It's like, yeah. Yeah. So
it was just very organic.
It was very organic,
and it worked out,
and it was chilled. So I like that episode very much. So if you go check out the Lovely Important Nonsense, go all the way to the beginning. You could skip over some of the core. Yeah, Zane talks about fucking a pie. It is the most hilarious thing you will ever see in your life, and I'm just gonna blurt it out because it's a long time ago. So I don't. It's not like. But it is the.
He did it. You know what? We'll talk about that after the show. Zane, we're gonna discuss this. Zane, yes. We're gonna discuss this.
Yeah.
But is it better for you to be interviewing per se people that you know, or do you feel more comfortable with like people that you've never met and like finding out about them? So what's a more comfortable setting for you? Like people that you already know and you're just discussing things with them, or is it someone like learning from someone else?
I think interviewing people you know is always gonna be easier because you know them. It's always great to find out new things about people. So that's why I like to interview my people. Sometimes you never know the type of shit that's going on in your friend's head. They might just not say it. Sometimes they're just around you being a certain way. And then, because I know sometimes I have masks. I'll come around my peoples and it won't even be on purpose. It's just like I'm just more of a high energy type of guy at that point. And then I'll go to the crib and my energy low. Like not in a bad way, but it's just low and chill.
You're just chill, mellow.
Mellow, relax.
Mellow Matt.
I like to be I like to do my little laptop thing, play my little music, play with my kids. I think the only thing that gets me hype is like when me and my boys wrestle. And that's pretty much it. But so it's cool to sometimes catch your like even going back to like the Joe and Zane conversation, like half that shit I didn't know about them. You know what I'm saying? So it's always great to like learn new things about your peoples, and then also introduce your peoples to others,
right?
And
haven't even had that opportunity.
And haven't had that opportunity, and also shed a light to their characteristics that you like so much, and sharing it to the other people. Now, but don't get me wrong, I still like to I still love interviewing people I don't know, because there's so much I want to know, and there's so much information that people have. So I kind of want to just, if I could, I would just want to leech on a person's brain and just take out the information I want and then just walk away. I remember being a kid thinking about that, and someone told me like, why don't you just go talk to them? And I was just like, man, I just want to like.
I don't really want to communicate with them.
I don't really want to talk to them, but I just want to take that information, know what they have, and just put it here, you know? So, but the best way to learn that is, to talk to a person. So I'm like, wow. And also this kind of gives me a chance in a selfish way. It gives me a chance to kind of like learn myself, So there's things that was never introduced to me and this is something I learned from my old podcast. This is things that had never been introduced to me before, and it's crazy because if you've done a lot in your life or whatever, or you've done a significant amount of stuff in your life, to find out there's new shit, or there's a world that you haven't even touched or don't even have even
knowledge
heard
that
about.
you don't have.
Yeah,
it's just like you're a
just
curious
a piece
kid.
Of knowledge. It doesn't even so it brings back that curiosity back out of me, and it's just
that innocent curiosity, because it's like I just want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to be.
I don't want to use it against you.
Some people get nervous from like talking to other people,
right?
Because they always feel like they're paranoid. I'm not gonna lie, I suffer from a lot of that paranoia shit too. But like, they don't want to share their information because they feel like everybody's trying to get them,
right?
But if you could get that one person, that's when a person reaches a certain level, they want to share, right?
Right.
And that's what I'm trying to find. I'm trying to find the people who hit the level already, and they're still moving on, but they hit that level that I've been looking at, or that I've been kind of tracing.
That intrigues you.
Yeah, and I want to talk to them. I want to know how you did that, and they're usually willing to share. If you
yeah, that's something that we were, sorry to cut you off.
No,
that's something that we were also talking about earlier was, networking, getting to know people, meeting people that are going to put you in a position where you can learn from them, they can learn from you, but you can also share their knowledge with others and boost them out there as well.
Yeah.
So do you feel like your podcast has achieved that for some people?
I've been doing that for a long time, and I'm not talking from a cocky place or anything like that. I've always brought people on and tried to, if anything,
Elevate
them in a certain way. And in certain ways, people will say that, that came back to bite me in the ass at certain times, and I could see how it, and I adjusted to for that not to happen anymore. But because people will, at the end of the day, people will take advantage of a person. But if you find some good people, you should keep them around, of course. But I don't know. I always liked bringing someone else on, and the guy that was here, he was part of my old show.
Right.
Yeah, and two people that we knew, they was part of the show, and then I had another guy that was part. And then I also helped other people elevate their stuff, and I worked with people in the background, and I've I don't know, just it's always been something that just happened. Even when it comes down to like
it's
business,
just natural for you to be able to put yourself in a position to push others towards their goals.
Yeah.
What do you feel is the most important interview that you've done?
So far, it will be the most important interview.
It's funny because we went over the questions.
Here's the thing. There's two interviews I really like.
Okay.
There's one of them I can't say exactly, but here's the reason why I can't say it.
Okay.
Because they're a liar.
Okay.
But
what they had to say was important.
What they had to say was very powerful to know exactly what they had to say, because it sheds a light on that world. You know what I'm saying? It sheds a light on those type of people, and there are people who are willing to who are blind and seeing what. I'm trying not to give it away. I'm straight up trying to. They're too blind, because I don't want to embarrass somebody.
Right.
They're too blind to see that what they're doing is not healthy
behaviors.
There we go. Exactly. So, but by bringing them on the show,
you're shedding a light on it.
I shed a light on them.
And
but I'm not gonna sit back and say
you solved the issue.
No, I'm not even. No. I'm not gonna sit back and say that we're that by shedding. I want you to make your own assessment on the situation. I'm not telling you.
Right, so you're clarifying for that person.
Yeah, I'm just
for that guest.
Because even when the guests come in, I'm still trying to whatever you're saying, I'm gonna work with whatever you're saying. Mm-hmm. But if you ever slid in my DMs and acting like, "Yo, man, what you feel about blah blah blah," I'll tell you.
Right,
motherfucker is crazy. You know what I'm saying? But there has been some bullshit artist or whatever. But but the other what was the other episode? You did Sex Chronicles, so that was an important episode though. When you came in and do Sex Chronicles,
that's when we met an episode before that, because you interviewed me. But then after that, I came to Sex Chronicles.
It was Sex Chronicles that made me really I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try to see what this girl's about and try to see if we can work together. So you told me everything that you've done in the past, but I was just like, let me see what she's about, But
now you have me here.
Now I got you here doing my fucking show.
It's my show today, sir. Mr. President.
You see that guy there?
Yeah, but it's mine today.
You see that guy there?
Yeah, we'll switch the colors and stuff. We'll figure something out to do. Joe, can we change the graphics just so it's not his show today?
The electoral college is rigged.
Joe said.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Damn it, Joe.
I definitely won in the primaries. But
demand a recount now.
I demand a recount. But yeah, I forgot where I was going. I don't know why I pointed back.
We were talking about the Sex Chronicles.
Yeah, but definitely by damn, you'll think I smoked or something.
Was the Sex Chronicles your favorite series?
It was my first series. Your
first series?
Yeah.
But it wasn't your favorite?
No.
I know which series you're in love with.
What series am I in love with?
Quarantine Matt.
Oh, I'm very though.
You're just very. It's just very. I mean,
you know what it was about quarantine, Matt? Also, real serious. It was so simplistic, and I'm very simple at the end of the day.
Right.
It was me chilling and going completely off at 6 o'clock in the morning from. You
traded quarantine Matt for harassed Katt.
Yes.
That's what happened.
Yes.
Got you. And you moved it up an hour early. If anybody hasn't seen the new meltdown that I almost had. Almost, okay? Because it wasn't a meltdown. I walked away. I checked myself.
Went off.
I checked myself. I walked away.
I cut the camera off because she was too far from the light.
Because I walked away.
She was very mad.
The oh my God was for. I'm going to clarify for everybody. When I said, oh my God, it was, he's getting this shit on camera. And that's when I turned around and I was like, nah, he ain't getting this. But there's a lot of crying afterwards and a lot of complaining.
People don't know that because you're so cool. They don't see certain sides of you. Like when you freak
I'm always
out,
behind the camera though.
When you freak out, it's hilarious to me. And then because I think you know, and by now you know me. You gotta mean what you say when you talk to me. So when you go like, oh yeah, we're good for a walk in the morning, I'm like, you
said it's gonna be 19 degrees. It was 18, okay? And you said, Katt, let's go. And I said, but it's 18 degrees. And you was like, yeah, it's fine, let's go. And I was like, but Matt, and you were like, come on, Katt, you said you were gonna walk, and you don't wanna walk. And like, that's when he gets me, because I'm like, I did say that.
Yeah, you gotta be a person of your word, which I appreciate. Thank you very much.
You killed me. 18 degrees. I went home and had a fever that night, for the record. I just want everyone to know that I almost died.
You had a fever that night?
I had a fever that night. Yeah. I didn't want you to think it was COVID, so I kept that to myself. But I think everyone should know now.
Like, don't you dare bring your ass up back around here. I'm going to call
2 weeks.
2 weeks calling Joe. Katt's not allowed back at the studio.
For at least a month.
Don't you put her back in there.
So now, what do you feel you are going to add in the 21 Savage year?
Well, we have a lot of
lovely,
things.
Important nonsense. You know what nonsense is?
Don't say my name wrong.
No, that was me.
Those are my three names.
What are you bringing for the 21 Savage year to lovely, important nonsense? What are we adding?
We have a lot of things coming up into the 21 Savage years. First off, let me talk to the people. Don't talk to me. The people been asking. We have smoke sessions. I've been keeping on the raps for a long time. Katt's been pretty much bugging my ear off. I'm not gonna lie. I forget half the time. Then she brings it back. But I remember the whole time now, right?
I forget now.
We get events. We have events coming up like smoke sessions and different types of things. We're in touch with vendors. We're gonna be we can't get nothing started until next year.
Yeah, we simply can't. I mean, I think it's COVID has stopped us from doing a lot of things that we wanted to do.
But you know what? At the same time, COVID has also brought us together. So we can't be too mad at COVID.
Well, I'm not mad at COVID. It's just it stops us from moving forward with like our events and things that we wanted to do. It's just the uncertainty of what's going to happen. That's what's literally been like us dial it back for us, because I think you're very gung-ho and I'm like plan, and our execution works.
That's why we work together so far, because I'm always ready to go, and then I would need somebody to be like, well, if we're ready to go, we have to execute it like this, and this. Because I'll stand in the middle of a battlefield like, all right,
we fighting.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I ain't got no plan.
And I'll be like,
so who
we fighting, Matt?
I'm like, everybody. Whoever steps here is getting this fans. You know what I mean? So, which is true. Like, yo, who we fighting? I'm like, I don't even know.
Right.
I'm just ready to go.
No,
we got events. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
Got events. We have a lot more people who want to come in to the show and have a conversation about things like business, have a conversation about a few other topics we got coming up. We can't really say.
We're sitting here. We have at least like 7 or 8 topics that we want to do series about. Yeah. And all, like, I think the hardest part for you as the host is actually choosing which one we're going to start with. Like, we want to start the year off strong, but we have strong topics.
Well, it's because I want to care about it.
Right.
Because I think people know when you don't care about something. And when you're just saying something to say it. If you went online and found some fucking topic online, I'm just from experience. I know, and I've done it. You go online, you find something, you're not really 100% in it.
You're just winging it.
You're just winging it. You know, you heard probably, I don't know, a YouTube video, somebody talking about it, and you're like, fuck it, I could say that too.
Right.
You know, it's a lot of those, and I can't, you know, we don't judge them for it. It's the way they work things. It's, for me personally, I have to like it.
Right.
If I don't like it, then I'm not going to want to do it.
I think that's why when we were talking, you were like, I want to keep the business series.
Yeah.
And I feel like because you're a businessman and because you like to network and you like to promote and elevate people, that's why the business series is going to remain for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
So what makes you choose who's going to come onto the show?
It depends on what I'm looking for. It really depends on what I'm looking for. If I'm looking for someone who's entrepreneur, they ran their own business, then I'm probably, if you're an entrepreneur, you run your own business, I'll say it straight out loud. You got to have a business running. That's one. Period. It has to be active. So you have to make money in this business. You know what I'm saying? I don't want nobody who I just personally, it's not offensive because it's a lot of stuff I first start, and I know people don't give me chances and stuff, and I know how it is, but I really don't want nobody if you started a clothing company 2 days ago. Right. You know, you don't know the struggle yet. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. I've been a businessman for, and this is since we're gonna talk about it, we'll talk about it. Let's get comfy. So this is with time and patience and love and hate and failing, losing everything, building everything back up, losing it all again. I've done this shit for possibly like going on 8 years, yo. Working for myself, or even if I worked for someone, I was always hustling. Right. But even when I was a kid, I was a hustler. You know, it's just what I do. I like to, I like multiple levels of income coming in. I feel like if I'm only getting paid once, I'm not working. Right. Even if
it's because it's not enough.
Even if I work 40 hours at a job, it's not enough. It's not. If it's only one paycheck. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if they took that paycheck and split it into twos and gave it to me, I'd probably be a little bit more happy. But I need multiple
sources of income.
Just need it.
Yeah, because you're annoying when you call me. We can be on the phone for 20 minutes and all of a sudden the Katt. So Bitcoin.
If anyone knows
businesses, revenue. Katt, we need revenue. Let's look into new businesses. Let's look into new ventures. Let's do this.
Katt has became pretty much my coordinator and what we say, coordinator and
your consultant
about a lot of things when it comes down to like media and how things look, you know. And I never took that into account until like I met Katt. Katt introduced me to a lot of people who's been in the business before. I see the angles. I'm learning shit. Once I learn something, I want things done. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. Now change my shit. Like now do it better.
Do it this way now.
Do it this way now. So once but yeah, I started to learn new things, and I'm like, well, that's a valuable asset. So of course, I'm gonna put her in a position to like, to be to win, but also to help me win.
Right.
So
I mean, it helps me to win if you win.
So she's pretty much been hooking me up with the bulletproof stuff. She's been coordinating my bulletproof things. Katt has set up.
Can I just say we're at for an Instagram?
No, stop.
For an Instagram.
Let it go, Katt. Let it go. What I'm saying is, Katt has been very influential to bulletproof lately. And I thank you for that because you definitely have set up the event, you set up the venue, you set up the other venues that's coming up. the people, you know what I mean? There's been days I've been overwhelmed with Katt. I'm like, oh, well, I got that. And I'm like, yo.
This is usually how it goes. Katt, Matt. Katt, such and such and such and such, Katt. And then it's like, Matt, calm down. Hold on a second.
Yo, when let me not get a check on time. I'm calling somebody. I'm be like, yeah, yo.
Yo, you believe this?
Pay me, son. I'm about to go to the house and just start busting. They be like, Matt, chill.
Calm down.
Calm down. You gonna see him tomorrow? Yeah. Wait till tomorrow. You see you.
It was like when we were talking about stocks. I was like, just wait.
Oh,
give it a minute.
Yo, I can't believe you was right on that.
Give it a minute. And you was like, bet. And then you were like, Katt, I think I'm going to sell. I'm like, yo, sell. And then that shit went. And you were like, ooh, Katt.
Yeah, so Katt, it was a little quick highlight what happened. I'm very into lately. Very into crypto.
Every day. Every
I'm
day.
studying that shit so hard. Let me tell you something about how I've made money and lost money in crypto. Right now I'm up in profit way more than I thought I would be, but it's like it's a process. It's one of those things. It's like it's legalized gambling pretty much, but you gotta see it like that. It's too many strategies though, you know.
I mean, for example, like with everything that you were saying about putting people in a position where, you know, you elevate them, you help them to win. Like when I met you, I never thought about being a business owner. I never thought about having my own thing.
Look at you
and
now.
look at me. So I firsthand witness what it is. Like, you know, I had a meltdown the other day. And I was just like, you know, he is a good person to have. You are a good person to have in your corner, especially when you're starting a business. And me telling you, like, I don't know if I can do this. I don't know about failure. And like, I think that the one thing that stuck out to me was, I need you. You told me, and it'll never leave my mind because I can see it. I can see the text that you sent me. Mm-hmm. I need you to understand that this feeling will never leave. Mm-hmm. You will always feel like you can't fail, like you can fail, but I believe in you. So even if it's just like you not believing in yourself, like having somebody that's got your back actually tell you, like, I believe in you. Like, because a lot of people, they'll tell you they believe in you, but they won't do anything for you. They don't educate you. They don't, you know, put things into perspective for you. You've hooked me up with a lot of things and a lot of knowledge that I didn't have before this. I literally left media and haven't done anything. And I literally told you, I'm like, I'm going back to editing, like to work on, you know, the things that we work on, you know, Zen Day for Bulletproof, you know, any of the meltdowns that you have, I seem to, you know,
somehow catch that shit.
We put them all together and we put them out.
See how crazy
You're welcome, everyone. There's going to be more. He has one like every Sunday.
I don't like this.
I don't
like this.
Every Sunday. This Sunday was just my turn, but every Sunday, Matt
I still got
has
another
one.
meltdown that I haven't put up yet.
Exactly. See, they're just in the bank. But going back to this and lovely important nonsense and everything that you've done so far this year, if you could do, because this is our end of the year wrap up for 2020. If you could have done one more interview, what type of interview would you have done? Would it have been lovely, important, or nonsense?
It will probably be a lovely series.
What kind of lovely? One more. One.
I know.
Lovely.
This is why I say lovely. I would like to leave the year feeling good, or feeling some type of way, some type of emotion. So it will probably be like someone who got through something very traumatic, something painful, something hurtful. I want to feel it, and then I want to know how you got through it, and then that's probably an episode I'm gonna have coming up. And it's most likely an episode series that I'm gonna have coming up, but I want to know, because I'm also a man of tragedy, you know. So we don't gotta go through all that, but
No.
we also also man triumph. So I want to know how everybody else triumphed through their tragedy.
Right.
I want to know what you did. Like how did you get through that? Like I had an in-law, a cousin, in-law cousin. She was saying that she's finally at the best point in her life. So we sat there for a minute. I'm like, how do you get there? Like, what you do?
Right.
She was like, and then she would just start talking. Well, yeah, I was feeling this way. I was depressed, but I got myself together by doing this, this, and this. I seeked out this, and I was just like, wow, that's crazy.
Does knowing other people's triumphs do something for you? Does it motivate you? Does it gear you? Does it just educate you?
It teaches me how to deal with me. What I would say. I'm not gonna take everything from everybody. There's a lot of things that don't work for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, sometimes some of the stuff is selfish.
Right.
You know what I mean? I do it for me. I just so happen to like something that maybe is a fringe group of people that like.
Right.
You know. But it is for me. You know, I am working on me. If anything, when it comes down to business, physically, emotionally, Bulletproof was started because I like to train.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I was like, I gotta learn how to get paid training.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
I gotta learn how to get paid to train. And then I just so happened to start training people, and I was like, I kind of like training people.
This works out.
And it just works out for me.
Right.
So now there's certain times I can train with clients, and I get a benefit from both sides. Like one of my clients get results, I get results. We're all happy. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to the podcast, there's sometimes I'm very internal, very introspective. So like it helps declutter the mind. You know? So my I always feel like it's 1,000 things happening in here. Mm-hmm. It's like pressure all the time. And
when you learn something from someone, maybe that just takes a little bit of pressure off
me. It takes a little bit of pressure, or it kind of like relieves me in a way of knowing that there's another. Mm-hmm. You know, we might not be going through the same thing, but we have certain things, certain qualities that are similar. And then I kind of,
try to implement something that might work for you.
But what I'm saying is like, wow, I kind of feel, this is going to sound very weirdly emotional, but it's not. It's not. All right. But it's almost like a sense to know that you're not by yourself. You're not alone in this situation. Even if you guys are going through something else.
Especially in this time now.
Right.
Because it can be really scary for some people that are like alone, that don't have that outlet. Or don't have, someone to call and be like, yo, this is X, Y, and Z is happening to me. Yeah. Do you feel like being able to...
That's what I'm feeling. I'm feeling this fucking alcohol in this bottle.
Let's not talk about the alcohol in the... Okay, so...
I want to show people real quick. I'm just going to cover that up. My face is on the bottle.
It's because he thinks he's a dragon, y'all.
Because I know, yeah. Can tell you. You see the Green Ranger.
So yeah, this is all you right
pretty
here.
Much, but it's just in Joe's house. He doesn't know.
This is Joe just holds it for you.
He doesn't know yet, but I'm gonna come here one day with like a stack. Like, go ahead, let me get this stuff off you. Walk out.
Joe definitely looked at it and was like, "Yeah, no, yeah, no." So. Speaking of the Green Ranger, what has been your favorite nonsense that you've done this year?
Dude, I do a lot of nonsense privately. Honestly, my phone is full.
Privately.
Yo, my phone is full. Well, like I got at least 12, 15 episodes in my phone that's never been released, yo. I mean, I could legit... If I wanted to go, you know what, we
full
rocking
audio blowout.
Yeah, if I wanted to go full audio, I could go nuts. I'll release some shit every day on your asses for a minute. But
we could literally do that on a Black Friday. Blowout.
I would compact them into. Hold on, don't say too much. Okay?
Now he liked the idea.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.
Hey, we might have to hit this.
Cut
this part off.
Pause it.
But nah, my favorite nonsense episode. When I started doing the nonsense, no, because when we started the series,
because I came in in like
remember.
April, probably like April, May, and then after that I became a listener. Because, I had to listen to myself first. But after that, I became a listener. And then I found myself like relating to a lot of things that you had on the podcast, not just the nonsense, but the nonsense is like, for me, your nonsense episodes are like a decompress. Like, let me just laugh.
That's what I want it to be.
Let me just, because the lovely is just like, aww. And the important is like, And then the nonsense is like,
yeah,
like a refresh.
That's what I wanted. Like, cause honestly, I feel like me, and I'm not sure about what I feel just me, and I'm just talking through myself, and hopefully everybody else agrees. I feel like too much of that fucking serious shit just becomes too much.
It's boring.
It gets too much. It just is. And sometimes people think crazy shit all the time. We just nervous to say something about it.
My favorite, one of my favorite nonsense episodes, honestly, is President Matt. President Matt, because you just rag. It's just like I'm fed up with all y'all shit. Like, and it's
Matt
like,
here right
you
now,
know what it is? Like, it can't always be rainbows and unicorns. And like the nonsense gives you that. The nonsense episodes is just like, I don't care. I just don't care. And this is how I feel. And it's just like, you're basically decompressing. And a lot of people feel that way.
It's because I don't care.
But the thing is like, a lot of people don't. I don't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I can relate to the nonsense episodes because it's like, yeah, I don't care about no 12 days of Christmas either.
Right.
Like, why she got to get 5 geese a laying or 7 geese a laying? You see what I'm saying? So I relate. I can relate to things like that. I'm not a holiday person. And it's like the fact that President Matt can voice out sometimes that he is not in agreement. Like, you don't have to necessarily be happy.
Real quick.
You are
talking about President Matt and voicing out his opinion. I was listening to Bump and Grind, and I feel like that song got darker to me now knowing who R. Kelly is. And I'm like, why are we singing about his Jeep? Why are we in the back of it?
We've been singing about that. The thing is that the joke was everyone knew.
Yeah.
So it's like everything that everyone's saying now. You need to have an R. Kelly nonsense episode. Period.
I will go fucking off. I can't.
Stay tuned, guys. So exciting. We just came up with this thought.
I can't stand that.
This is what we gonna do.
I ain't gonna front. I like his music though. His music brought me through a lot of shit when I was younger. It's
because he was talking about girls that were your age when you were younger. That's what it was.
Definitely was.
He was like, you remind me of my Jeep. And you was thinking about like, yeah, yo, that girl got a wagon.
She do got a wagon.
But he was also thinking that girl got a wagon. You see what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? That's what it is. But so
I'm sick of this shit.
Right. That's how he wanted to have this episode. I would have been like, Matthew.
30 years. 30 years. She was like, Mr. Kelly.
Right.
Mr. Kelly.
That's when you know. You just got to be like.
That's when you know Gail done with your, like, that's how you know Gail been around the block too many times. She was like, man, I heard all these niggas. She know how to hold
her composure.
She was like, I know all these nigga excuses. Like, no.
It was just like, she hit him with the, Robert, stop it.
Robert,
stop it.
Robert, shut the fuck up.
So, I don't even know. How much time have we been chatting it up? Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Well, okay. So, in your career through potting, is lovely, important nonsense more important to you than what you've done before?
Yes.
Period. No matter what.
Period.
Because it's...
Before I thought it wasn't.
Because it's just you.
Before, I'm not going to lie to you, the reason why things started off so slow is because I couldn't let go of the old stuff. And that's the only reason why I started.
Why couldn't you let go of the old stuff?
I'm attached. I
get
attached to something. I pretty much hold on to it. It's mine. You know? And I fought my ass off for that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And even after, it's like it's the captain going down with the ship. The captain doesn't leave the ship. Cap goes down with the ship.
Oh my
But
God, you're the band from Titanic.
No, I'm the guy inside the fucking boat driving the goddamn ship knowing we're about to fucking die.
The band stayed in the ship too.
I'm the captain who already crashed into the boat and didn't tell nobody yet. Right? I'm that guy.
We going down.
And then I finally had to get, we're fucked. So,
hey guys.
Did you know that's not actually supposed to be the boat that was supposed to sail that sea? But we're not going to talk about that.
That's not the ship. It's not a boat. It's a ship.
Also.
We always go through this.
Also, just taught you something. Reading Rainbow. I want that shit. Do. Yo,
That's how our Zen date. That's how Zen dates.
We'll tell you a little secret about what's supposed to happen. We were supposed to do Lovely Important Nonsense was gonna have a lovely segment where I sat down and did readings off of the cards, which is all the lovely stuff that I found online and people sent me and stuff. But I was trying to get the right to use the Reading Rainbow soundtrack, but I did that whole thing.
The phone call was, Katt, how do we use Reading Rainbow, Katt? Matthew, we don't. Someone else owns it.
I was like,
are you serious?
PBS will get that up.
Who we gotta talk to? PBS.
I was like,
I don't want to.
Let me tell you what I did. I jumped online that fast. I looked up how do I get the rights to certain songs from
He wanted network. The song. You wanted the song.
I really wanted that song. I was really going on.
I was like, you would literally have to do the whole Vanilla Ice thing and change
I know how to do it. I honestly became lazy.
We don't have time for that.
No, the reason why is because the Reading Rainbow sound with that do 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 do. That part is
well, we gave you
that
Zen
part
Day.
is trademark. That do 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 do.
You know how many times I have to hear I can do anything. First of all, okay, I never watched Reading Rainbow.
And look at you.
And somehow I know the lyrics.
And you was messing up Lovely Important Nonsense.
I
know the song too.
I don't know the song. You're
never
the reason
Reading
why
Rainbow.
I know the song because you kept singing. I can do anything. Katt, we gotta get that. We gotta get it.
A book.
A reading
look. It's Reading Rainbow. That was my shit, yo. Whatever.
Did you just shimmy to Reading Rainbow?
Fucking shimmy to everything. God damn it.
Yeah. Where do you want to take the actual podcast in the future?
We have a plan. That I don't know if
we're not talking about.
We have
the plan is in there.
But that's gonna take somewhere around 9 months, something like that.
Most likely,
somewhere like 9 months. The idea for Lovely Important Nonsense is to be broadcast further. We also have skits coming up, which is pretty dope. We just attached ourselves to a group of people who are working on skits and things like that. So. We'll be in that. Lovely Important Nonsense will be hosting skits on YouTubes and other.
We're gonna see Matthew everywhere.
That's Joe and them fault because they all like, oh, come here and start acting, and now I'm like, fucking, I gotta do this.
Freaking Joe, man, and the acting, man.
The acting shit.
Do you hear him laughing?
He think it's funny.
He does think it's funny. He does. He'll be like, ooh. I got a script for you to read, and then it's a rap for Matt because Matt got to remember 166 lines.
The best moment of that whole thing is when I fell asleep in the back seat, and Joe was very upset.
It was like 1 a.m.
Dude, it wasn't just 1 a.m. It was I worked at 5 o'clock in the morning. Whoa. What's happening over there, Joe? Joe, what the hell's going on?
He's trying to do sound effects.
I mean, this guy in the background. Is that going to come up in the video? Whatever. Let's stop talking about that. The funniest part about when I fell asleep, right? Joe was mad. And I was at 5 o'clock in the morning. I worked at 5 a.m. Joe wanted to keep people outside till 1 a.m. the next day.
And you had to work.
And I had to work at 5 a.m.
The next day. Oh, the same day.
Oh, not same day.
Yes, the same day that you fell asleep in the car.
What am I usually doing at 1 o'clock in the morning when I got to go to work at 5?
You're usually sleeping. I'm promoting you.
Yeah, you're pretty much doing the promoting stuff. And then you go to sleep. I go to work. I come from work. I call you, wake you up.
Yep. That is literally. So can you explain, now that we're going into like our daily, because this is our daily, can you explain how
It's tough to be the president. I just want everybody to know
how the production of Lynn goes? Like, we started.
Oh, how it goes now? Because we just finally got shit in order.
Yeah. Yeah. We finally did like a content calendar.
Yeah.
So from there, right?
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain to the audience how President Spellen, President Matt Spellen, how usually how the breakdown for Lynn works? We're about to give him a behind the scenes.
No, I don't know, but I'm not giving you everything.
He's not giving. Never mind.
I call Katt early in the morning. I go Katt.
No. I'm gonna need you to give people time and what time you be calling me. Okay. We are some 24-hour. Yo, we are.
I call Katt at like 5:15 a.m. in the
That's
morning.
right.
Okay.
That's right.
During the springtime.
Grind don't stop.
Summertime. Springtime. No, summer. Summer and fall.
It was summer for us, yeah.
Summer and fall. Katt will go. Katt will wake up and say she was about that life, and we'll talk, and then we'll, yip yap and blah blah blah, and then we'll finalize some shit. And I'm like, okay, you got some good ideas, blah blah blah. I'll talk to you later.
Boom.
Now what happens? I call Katt at 5:15 in the morning. I say, "What you doing, girl?" She goes, "I was up waiting," and then I said, "Good." And then we go over the agenda for the day. What are we going to talk about? What's on the plan? Sometimes
that was with the agenda for the day that was in the fall. Now we're like agenda for the next 6 months.
Yeah, now we're on the agenda for the next 6 months because we got everything locked in for the small stuff.
Yep.
But which takes time when it runs down to a business again.
It did take us a long time to get it in order.
Was talking about. I said, you know what? If we're gonna be doing this, we're gonna have to strip it from scratch, and we're gonna have to start over, and we're gonna have to just start putting things together as we go, which I had no problem with because Lynn is a year old. So
you did your logo change and everything.
Did logo change around this time. We switched the areas of the room.
We brought it back in here.
To end the year.
Lovely moment.
I'm gonna do what's that number say?
I don't know. I can't see from here.
How long we been on, Joe?
It says 51, 52.
Damn.
We are chatty, yo.
Chatty as fuck.
Joe, you could cut out most of what Matt's saying and just keep my part since I'm hosting today.
Definitely don't. But yeah, we talk. We go over the agenda. I usually have a client at that time. If I don't have a client, I'll sit and talk to you for a little bit longer. And but I usually have a client at a time. You usually go back, do a little bit of fixing here and there. I call you back after my client. You tell me everything you see. Everything
Matt takes no days off. This is what he's trying to tell y'all. Okay, this is what I'm just gonna cut off Matt and tell Matt does not take days off. Okay, there was a snow day. Okay, the state was in a state of emergency. You know what Katt was doing? Katt was sending Matt at Matt's request. Okay, Katt was sending Matt a list of tasks that we had to complete. Okay, and we don't.
They done though.
Even when we say, because that's the thing, like you're such a businessman, even with the podcast, that even when we say we're taking the day off, we always go back and do something related to work.
I can't stop.
I think you're turning me into like a mini you. Because it's like, even when you say like, Katt, I'm taking the day, I'm going to hang out. Okay, but real quick, right? Can we just go over this? And then you'll be like, but Katt, all right, let's go. Let's do it.
I can't not.
So it's like how important is persistence when it comes to podding and having a successful podcast?
I don't know how important persistence is when it comes.
Really, because you're extremely persistent,
when it comes down
friend.
to podcasting.
Okay.
I know how important persistence is. Period.
Okay.
Unless you keep go. To me, I always feel like there's someone chasing me.
Okay.
And I'm always like trying to outrun them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm always feeling like there's always someone on my toes or just nipping at me, just trying to get to me. And I just got to stay a step ahead because as soon as I stop, the world crashes.
Right.
maybe it's not healthy.
I think today is like the 167th time that you've told me I'm ready to go.
Yeah,
and I'm like, we're ending the year. Hold on a second.
yeah. I call Katt, like, yo, I'm ready to go. Let's get started on everything. You were like, yo, we're ending the year. We can't get started.
I can't schedule a meeting with Matt because Matt decides that 2 days earlier should be the day that we should have the meeting. I literally, I went to bed at 2 a.m. yesterday.
Saying that we need to have a meeting on Wednesday.
I was like, we're having a meeting on Wednesday. You said, that's good. We time, place, everything. We scheduled it, right? Because I'm a planner. And you literally were like, nah, we could have that meeting today. I think today was the first time that I like literally rolled my eyes while talking to you. I was like, Matthew, I haven't slept. I'll call you later. Bye.
But that's how it is, man. Like, it's just...
It's a rolling, not a why. Shit don't ever stop. That's you.
The shit don't stop, yo. I don't stop. I don't like. There's people like even when I don't show you something I'm doing, I'm still doing something. I'm doing something. You know, it's a lot of shit I got my hands in right now. I'm not gonna advertise everything I do.
Absolutely not.
I don't have nothing to prove to nobody.
Absolutely not.
You know what I'm saying? I'm Matthew. What the fuck I gotta do with anybody else?
Unbothered.
I'm
so unbothered.
So unbothered by things. It don't even make sense. People get more mad at me for not caring about stuff than anything. And I'm not saying like I'm sociopath or whatever.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, you know? I just don't take as much shit as other people take seriously. Me personally, I understand loss a lot. So I understand how it feels to have $0 in my pocket, and I understand how it feels to have fucking $20,000 in my pocket. It's the same shit. I can't stop moving. I don't care if I don't have a friend. I don't care if I don't have a family member. I don't give none of the motherfuckers gonna come to the grave with me. I gotta keep going. Gotta keep going. I have babies too. They're watching me. Keep moving. Mm-hmm. Fuck all that. Fuck all that conversation. I don't do no tag. If I'm mad at somebody, I roll that shit off. Because if I get upset at you, I come and slap you in your mouth.
Right.
That's just, I'm a violent person.
Period.
I'm a fighter. Mm-hmm. What do you want me to do? So I don't get mad at people. What's the point of me getting mad?
Do you use lovely important nonsense to decompress yourself from everything else that you're involved in? I hold on to a lot. I don't know how to let it go. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I don't know any other way. So when I do lovely important nonsense, it's my time to decompress. Nothing else matters to me at that moment. I didn't even know we were recording today.
Oh, you knew. So
you were like, we're recording this morning. And I was like, what are we recording?
Yeah,
and you were like, end of the year. I was like, bet.
Yeah.
And that was it. How important is it for you to have a team? Like, for example, me, I'm your early morning. Joe is your night owl. So if you ever have something that you have to tell Joe at night, how important is it to have a team that you can rely on for the daytime, nighttime?
Going back to what we was talking about a minute ago, I've done it. So I know how it feels to do. I know what it's like to do it by yourself. Mm-hmm. And I know what it feels like to get to a point by yourself where you feel when you can't or you're not sure if you could go anymore. Mm-hmm. You know? And that's when you need the team. Mm-hmm. That's when you need the people around you. And I made too many mistakes by not like allowing other people to just here, and here. I took on a lot of responsibility for my old show. I shouldn't have.
Right.
To be truthful, I shouldn't have. I think he was telling me that a long time ago when he used to help me do a few of the editing stuff. He was like, yo, you do a lot of this shit. And he was only pushing off of Matt Spellen. He wasn't even pushing off,
any of the pods or anything like that.
Anything like that. So, because there's always going to be somebody that knows a little bit more than you.
Right.
You know? So why not use it? Why not use that? Like, why do I gotta feel like I'm not the smartest guy in the room all the time? Shit, sometimes I feel like I'm a Neanderthal and I'm just regurgitating shit that smart people said before. I don't know what the fuck. Maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
You know? But I'm cool with learning it. Mm-hmm. You know? I'm cool with the experience and all
being open to learn is something that's important in potting.
Yeah, important in anything, not just potting.
We're just talking about potting right now.
If you just take potting Like if you're just like if you're so subjected to one thing, you're like, oh, I'm only gonna be open at this. You're not.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because this opens the doorway to everything. So if you're not open, to everything, you're not gonna be open to this.
Right.
All right. Because you see, lovely important. I go on 3 different type of tangents.
Right.
3 different types of versions of Matthew you're getting, and all those guys need their attention, and all those guys want to talk, and all those guys want to rant, and all those guys need to decompress. All right. So
in conclusion, thank you for coming to my version of the lovely important.
I'm definitely still gonna President Matt
podcast.
On this bitch real quick. Hold on.
Is there something else that you want to say to our audience?
Yes.
Okay. You can address the nation. Is that what it is?
I'm address the nation.
Address the nation.
President Matt's here. There's some things I want to talk to you guys about this new year. We talked a little bit about it on the Christmas episode of President Matt, but let's talk about it on the New Year's episode. I don't give 2 flying fucks what your New Year's resolution is. Okay? 2020 sucked for mostly everybody. Your comment about 2020 sucking doesn't make it better. We all understand that. I hate that shit. Online, when you online, oh my God, didn't 2020 suck? Yeah, we were all there. We were all there. 2020 was not great for everybody. Now, some of us we read this shit in, you know what I mean? If you're an introvert, people had to get locked down in the house. You was like, fuck it, I do this shit on a Saturday anyway. Right? That ain't matter to you. But if you was the extrovert, you was screaming online saying how 2020 sucked. And let me tell you something, 2021 ain't gonna be so much better. What the fuck you think is gonna happen in what? A month?
In a
week. Not even a few days.
3 days.
This is coming out on a
right
Thursday.
Now, we're not there yet.
No, this is coming out the day before. So, what do you think's gonna happen
tomorrow?
That's gonna change your life.
Period.
At
the stroke of midnight.
Here's the thing, like we said before. If you didn't hustle in 2020, the hustle not in you. Diddy said it this morning. I'm going to say it back to you. If you didn't hustle in 2020, the hustle's not in you. Accept that situation. Be the person you're supposed to be. Go to work. Get a 9 to 5. Put your peoples through school. I don't know. Marry. Gather children. Fucking picket fence. For the rest of us fucking savages that are up at fucking 5 o'clock in the morning, right? Running businesses, having EIN numbers, TIN numbers, you know, have to make those deals. The invoices are coming in. For us, you leave us the fuck alone.
Right.
You come, you support us, and you call it a day.
I agree, Mr. President.
Thank you.
I agree.
Much. You support your locals. First off, if you want to do something this new year, you want to have a resolution, support your locals. Okay? Your locals. I'm not talking about straight bodega, you know? I'm talking about your locals, your mom and pops, the hardware guy, the dude that knows how to fix the toilet. Support that man. The crackhead down the street that knows how to change tires. Let me tell you, a crackhead taught me how to change my brake pads, and it's still one of the most influential things I ever learned for $40.
You paid him $40 to teach you?
I paid him $20 and I bought him liquor.
That's a little double-edged there, Mr. President.
Whatever. Everybody got something to teach somebody. Even the dope man.
Oh, Mr. President.
I act like we never flipped a burger or two. You know? We never act like we never moved around the fries a little bit, you know?
If this goes into the main frame of this is what I look like in every episode.
All right? Support your locals, you know? And there's always someone to learn. So that means shut up and be quiet and let someone else talk for a change.
Be humble.
Be humble.
Sit down.
Tie your shoes.
Right.
Wipe your ass.
Right.
Blow your nose.
Get a job.
Get a fucking job.
9
Honestly,
to 5.
a lot of you guys are hyped. You're like, oh, we're about to get a little bit extra on this unemployment.
If I see one Clase Azul bottle, Mr. President, I'm going to need you to shut that down, okay?
I got you.
I'm going to need you to shut that down. And them 1942 bottles, I ain't seen them since last people got their stimmy, Mr. President, okay? And I'm going to need you to shut that down, too. Because if they think that these $600 is for these 6 little bottles, Mr. President, okay? I'm going to need you to shut that down.
Exactly. $600. If you're going to pay $600 and you coming out with something brand new, your priorities are fucked up. But it's fine.
Because it's not in them, Mr. President.
It's not. And it's okay. And at the end of the day, it's okay.
For them.
For them. So when I talked to Katt, I knew she had it in her. There was no thought in my mind to think that she couldn't do it. All right?
There was hella thoughts in my mind that thought I couldn't do it because I was like, wait a minute.
But that comes with it.
But
right?
that's
part of the process.
That's part of the process. And that's why you're our president now, Mr.
Thank you very much.
Spellen.
Thank you very much. You cannot be afraid. If you are a businessman or businesswoman, business person, business it, depending if you want to identify as something else, you know? What do you want me to say? I can't say business them.
Person?
Should I say them?
Person.
What if they're not a person? They identify as like a dragon or a lizard. Or
I thought you were going to say an alien because that is your favorite thing
to talk about.
Yes.
I'm kind of getting off the alien subject. I'm going to lizard people these days.
Wow.
Yeah, the government.
The government limited you.
If you don't think Nancy Pelosi's the lizard, anyway. Chuck Schumer's a lizard. They all lizards.
Schumer's a lizard.
No. There's a big lizard community. People that believe there's lizard people. Don't get them started, boy. I'll take you to a Reddit hole that'll fuck you up.
We could do a car chronicle about that.
Yeah, we're gonna do a car chronicle about that. We also have car chronicles. We didn't talk about that. Which is gonna be actually a real thing coming out, and not just us talking shit.
It's called Car Chronic.
Oh, did you see how many? You got people really listening to you.
Let me tell you something, President Spellen. Okay, I don't know who all these friend requests are, but I'm gonna need you to control your fans. Okay,
my fans.
I'm gonna need you to simmer them down.
They're a little dirty.
It's been a lot of DMs and stuff.
Hey, you got my permission.
It's been a lot of DMs.
You got the presidential approval to slide in them Dems.
Just give them the.
Can we call them Dems now?
I'm
gonna call it Dems.
Dems.
That's another thing. Okay, New Year's. Don't tell me nothing that you ain't doing. I don't care. If you ain't doing it, I don't care. Okay. If you're about losing that weight this year, you got 3 fucking months. When March hit, you didn't lose nothing. I don't believe nothing you're saying for the rest of the year. Is that okay to think? Because if you bother me from November to December or November to January about dropping the pounds, right? Getting all nice and
slim, thick, with your cute. Hey.
Right? So you try to do all that, and then March come around, and it's almost time to take off the shirts and stuff. And you sitting there like, I was going to get started, but, I went to the gym for 2 weeks, and then life happens, and you're lying. You didn't do it. I don't believe nothing you got to say to me anymore.
For the record, Bulletproof Fitness has a couple of slots left open, so take advantage, ladies and gentlemen.
We're starting up virtual classes too.
Yeah, we don't have time to be seeing y'all personally. COVID, that's our excuse. It's just that we don't have spots available, so we're just gonna start doing.
It's pretty much
virtual,
right? Just mean I'm getting popping. That just means Daddy getting popping.
What it means is we only have one Matthew, because if I could clone him, I'd have him all working.
Yeah.
All the time.
We're probably going to have an employee by the middle of the year.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Bulletproof is going to be hiring. So for y'all non-believer 9 to 5 people, or 9 to 5 people, if you're a personal trainer and you're passionate about it, you just have to be passionate.
I'm not giving them. They're not. You know what I mean? I had this guy hit me.
Slide in the dims.
Slide in them dims.
Slide in the dims.
I had this guy hit me up. Was like from Bangladesh or something like that. And
I don't know where that is.
like India or
I
something.
thought it was in Narnia. Go ahead.
He was like, "Can you help me get to America? I'm a trainer too." And I was just like, "You must have lost your motherfucking mind if you think I'm gonna help you get to another country from your Dems." You know what I'm saying?
From your
You slid in my Dems and you're like, "Help me get to America."
Why everybody want to come here, yo? I'm dead trying to leave. No other country will take us because of COVID.
I'm not leaving USA until you guys shoot the missiles, and then I'll be on my island looking at it like, damn.
There it goes.
There it is. I always think that's the last resort. The last journey of Matthew, if he lives to see his oldest age, he's on an island somewhere. Shit's flying, missiles and shit's flying over, or the stars is up. One of the two. But I am in no way, shape, or form in danger. I'm sitting there. I have smoke coming from my house because I'm cooking. I ain't worried about shit. I live on a fucking island by my motherfucking self. I just want to know my kids is okay. Hey, you guys are good? Yeah, daddy. All right, bye.
Ping me if you need me. Bye.
Ping me. Boop. Don't call me. Throw the phone out the window. Just joking.
Don't let them know where we are. So, wrap up 2020 for Lovely Important Nonsense in one word.
Thanks. Thanks. Because without the Lovely Important Nonsense, things could have got bad. So, thanks for the people listening. Thanks for everyone who supported this year. I'm not gonna give up on this show. We have so much going on. I promise you guys to give you my best next year. I'm not gonna lie, I slacked off a little bit. It's hard to run Bulletproof, Lynn. I got fucking other companies and shit. I'm invested in.
You have a family.
I got a family, children. So it was a little bit tough, but Lynn will be getting the respect and everything it deserves. So please make sure. And I just want to thank everybody who has been not even everybody, the new people that have been popping up lately. I haven't even promoted my fucking last episode, and I got people watching that, and I just want to thank you for that. So
thank you to everyone who shares the content too.
Thanks to everybody who shares the content. Thanks for everybody I met during Lovely Important Nonsense. All the guests, every guest that's have walked in and out of this place. They didn't have to come, especially during COVID time. It was a little shaky with some people, you know, and I appreciate you trusting me enough to even like show up. You know what I mean? So that's huge things. So if anything, we have a lot of huge things in store. Hold on. We have huge things, huge. Okay, it's gonna be the biggest you ever seen in your life. It's gonna be the biggest. Actually, I had just had a conversation with Katt 2 seconds ago, telepathically, and she said it's gonna be the hugest. She actually said it's gonna be something they've never seen before in their life. It's gonna be the weirdest thing ever. So thank you again, guys. And
Mr. President, close out the show.
Oh, this is the Lovely Important Nonsense Podcast. It's your boy Matt Spellen, and I'm out. President like a motherfucker in this bitch.